On this episode of MythBusters,
I take your bullets!
it's survival of the fittest. As we track down the myths you say got away for Myth Evolution. Will an airbag explosion tear your thumbs clean off? Whoa! Is breathing from an underwater tire possible, or just more Hollywood hot air?
I can't believe that this is my job.
Can an MRI scan cause an RFID implant to explode? Could the nimble ninja deflect bullets with their bare hands?
We killed the ninja!
And Adam and Jamie return to the fastest myth of all. Is there any way to beat the speed camera?
Dude, that was like getting punched in the chest.
Who are the MythBusters? Adam Savage
That was awesome.
and Jamie Heineman.
Mush.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience.
Rise, my son.
Joining them, Grant Imahara,
Warning.
Tori Belleci,
It's getting dangerous now, and that's how we like it.
and Carrie Byron.
That is messed up!
They don't just tell the myths,
Wow, I can feel the pressure.
they put them to the test.
So, you know what my favorite part of the show is?
Talking.
No. It's going back and trying myths again to make sure we've dialed it in and gotten it right.
So it's that time again.
Absolutely. Myths revisited, except this time with a twist. Myths evolution.
Myths evolution.
Yeah, every time we air a myth, the next morning I go onto the fan site and find all these myths that have to do with what we just did, except we didn't know about them at the time. So I want to do a whole episode of the myths that got away.
Well, okay, what do we got?
Well, we got more for ninjas, we've got underwater car, we've got baseball, airbags, and a cheeky speed camera revisit.
Okay.
That's right. Every time an episode goes to air, the MythBusters are soon bombarded with myths the fans think we missed. And for Myth Evolution, we're returning to some of the fans' favorite topics to tackle the myths we apparently forgot. And first up, for the Ninja Special, the MythBusters put their stealth, speed, and cunning to the test for some Shadow Warrior myths. They tried walking on water,
I don't know about you, but these seem a little cumbersome to me.
snatching an arrow mid-flight,
That tells me that at human speed, it's not fast enough to grab the arrow.
and stopping a sword.
He stopped it with his head.
So for Myth Evolution, it's time to return to the dojo.
Do you guys remember the ninja special? Yes! There was one myth the fans thought we forgot. It's about modern ninjas.
Which one?
Well, the myth is that a modern ninja has such awesome reflexes that they can swat away a speeding bullet with their bare hands. Now, it's not like the Karate Kid catching, a fly with his chopsticks. It's more like...
No way. Not even a ninja can beat a bullet.
Well, the fans say that a modern ninja can swat away a 9mm bullet at 20 yards.
Well, if the fans believe it, we need to test it.
All right.
Is a ninja really faster than a speeding bullet? In this myth, the Shadow Warrior uses his bare hand to slap a bullet out of its deadly trajectory without injury. But is this possible, or is it just another example of ninja misinformation?
You know, I seem to remember that Adam and Jamie proved that it was impossible to catch an arrow traveling at 170 miles an hour. A bullet is going to be much faster than that. I just don't see how anyone could slap it with their bare hands.
Not to mention how dangerous this myth is going to be to test.
Well, we could do what we always do. Start out by building a robot.
What is it with you and these robots?
Or we could find a way for one of us to do it without getting hurt.
Well, what do you propose? Full Metal Jacket? Give it a shot?
I think we should start out by shooting paintballs at Tori.
I call the gun.
That's gonna suck.
Well, that's definitely safer than ballistics. So before they bring out the big guns, they'll test if a deflection is even possible with paintballs. And unluckily for Tori, Carrie has a score to settle.
This is not the first time we have shot paintballs at each other. But last time, I was the recipient of those bullets. This time, I think I need a little payback.
But before Tori takes one or two for the team, Grant wants to find out the muzzle velocity of a paintball.
Nice.
There you go.
All right, it's 192 feet per second.
Yeah, the slowest 9mm load they have is 1,250 feet per second.
So a paintball is traveling at less than 1/5 the velocity of a speeding bullet. Well, that's good news for Tori, because he has less than 1/5 the ability of a ninja.
Come on, hit me.
But almost immediately, it's obvious that Tori is no ninja. If these were real bullets, he'd be dead.
That's not for science, is it? That's just for you.
I take your bullets. Okay, go. Got it.
After a barrage of paintballs, Tori finally manages to deflect one. Blink and you'll miss it. Luckily, there's the high speed. Tori hits the paintball with the heel of his hand, slapping it away from his body, and his hand is injury-free.
Yeah! And I got it! Now we can stop.
You did get it.
Tori's battered and bruised, but he's proven that a regular person can deflect a paintball. So maybe the fans are right, and Super Sharp Ninja can deflect a 9mm.
Okay, well, I think it's time to do this for real. We set up the robot, take this to the firing range, and see what we get.
With a real ninja unavailable, Grant goes for the next best thing, a robot.
So our ninja sword-catching rig has done its duty. So we're gonna take the clapping rig, take off some of the actuators, and switch it over so it can now deflect bullets.
While Grant retools his robot, Carrie gets hands-on.
For our bullet deflecting rig, we're gonna need some flat hands so that we can slap the bullets away ninja style. Luckily, I've already made some molds with flat hands for the catching of the sword rig. Now, just had to pour up another set and we can adjust our machine accordingly.
Many hands make light work, and the so-called SWAT bot is up and slapping in no time. Carrie calibrates it to human speed, and Grant gets trigger happy.
So, first step is to take the rest, fix it to my little base, then I'm gonna line up the pneumatic cylinder and make sure that that's actually able to fire the trigger, hook that up to a valve, get an air tank, then we're ready to fire.
For this myth, it'll be bot against bullet, assassin versus ammunition. And with everything ready, it's off to the range.
How are you going to bust all the secrets of the ninja and be able to still talk to your nerdy friends?
Quit making jokes about ninjas. This is serious.
Never joke about a ninja. The SWAT bot is in place. And for perfect aim every time, there's Grant's robo-shooter.
We're set up for the whole ninja myth, can you swat a bullet with your hand? We have our gun 20 yards down the range, set up on a trigger. We hit that trigger there. That'll set off this timer, which will actuate our arm and bring the arm down towards the bullet. This way we'll be able to see if you can, in fact, swat a bullet with your hand.
All right, test number 1, 20 yards away, slowest 9mm round we could find, ninja at human speed.
With 0 delay.
All right, let's get ready for the smackdown.
Remember, according to the myth, the SWAT bot should be able to deflect the bullet and leave the hand and ninja unscathed.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was so far behind.
That was really slow.
The SWAT bot missed the bullet, so the team resets. And that's when things go off target. Every time they take a shot, the gun fires in a different place. And try as they might, the gun just won't fire in the same spot twice.
The hardest thing that we've had to face today is the fact that our gun seems to be moving. We can't fire in the same place twice. So we're going to take all of our problems home with us. Come back tomorrow, everything will be perfect.
Now, a little while back, Adam went all rock star on us and drove a car into a pool. The MythBusters tested a bunch of techniques for escaping a suddenly submerged vehicle, from door barging
That is intense! No matter how you slice it.
to finding that window of opportunity. So for Myth Evolution, we're returning to the pool for another underwater escape. Straight from the movies.
What did we get wrong on underwater car?
For once, nothing at all. It's just something I saw in the movies that I wanted to go back and try. What I've seen is our hero goes over the bridge and into the water, and the bad guys are at the surface waiting to shoot him when he comes up. Knowing this, while underwater, he swims over to the tire and breathes from it long enough for the bad guys to be sure that he's dead and go away.
Huh.
Picture the scene. Our hero's been hotly pursued by gun-toting baddies. His car winds up in the drink. Knowing that the bad guys are waiting at the surface, our resourceful star opens a tire valve and breathes the air until the bad guys pack up and leave. But is this just Hollywood hot air, or can it be done?
So, I know that we rarely ask for something before we're gonna do it, but I personally am dying to be the subject of this myth. I've been wanting to try and breathe from a car tire into water forever.
Okay, but I mean, it sounds like it might be a little dangerous. You've got issues about what the air quality in the tire is, whether it's toxic or not. So I'd like to check with some other dive experts and see what they think about it.
Okay, fair enough, and we'll have the contents of a car tire analyzed and see if the stuff is safe to breathe.
So to plunge into this one, they'll get some expert advice. Return to the pool, call in the crane, and take the car for a dive. But first up, is the tire air even breathable?
So we brought the tire to a lab that analyzes toxicity levels. They're gonna take a sample of this and tell me if it's okay to breathe.
One thing's for sure, Adam will never tire of playing around. Inside, an air sample is taken from the tire for testing.
What we're going to be doing is attaching the bag to our instrument. It's going to go through what's called a gas chromatograph, and in the gas chromatograph it takes that complex mixture of gases and separates it into the individual components.
Have you ever analyzed air from a tire before?
Actually, we haven't. I'm not sure what to expect.
So this is like exciting stuff, right?
This is cutting-edge science right here.
The gas chromatograph gets to work sniffing through the tire air. And thanks to the wonders of editing, the results are in. Toxicologist Jim Embry delivers the good news. There's nothing poisonous. Although a solvent has registered, it's still safe to breathe.
That's by far the chemical with the highest concentration here. However, that is in a very low concentration. It's equivalent to 2 parts per million.
Right.
And that won't cause any adverse health effects whatsoever, even if you were breathing it for a long period of time.
Well, so there's not much bad stuff. What about the good stuff that we need, like oxygen?
That may be one area where there's a problem, because oxygen's only around 13%, and normal air is right around 21%.
So the tire air is breathable, with almost no toxins. But there's a significant drop in oxygen levels. Will this drop be enough to bust this myth?
All right, Jimmy, we got all the information that we could get about this tire thing. I think it's time to go out to the pool. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I can't think of anything that's holding us back. It's your lungs.
I cannot tell you how cool it is to have a job where we try things that only action movie heroes do.
And for Adam to put his action hero ambitions to the test, it's back to the Campolindo High School pool. While the team sets up, Adam runs through the game plan.
If I can stay down for at least 2 minutes, hopefully my goal is 2.5 minutes, then we know that I have achieved exactly in real life what you've seen the action heroes do in the movies.
While Adam's playing stuntman, Jamie's in charge of safety yet again.
My role in this is going to be to simply sit in the car and make sure that Adam's safe until he gets out of the car, at which point the other safety divers will take over and make sure that nothing happens to Adam.
Jamie puts on the second skin his people have worn for centuries to fight off the desert heat.
With Jamie suited up, everything's ready for Adam's action hero heroics.
Here we go, we're going up.
Adam psychs himself up to take the plunge. Once under, he must remain calm and composed. It'll take at least 90 seconds for the pressure differential to equalize. Until that happens, he won't be able to escape.
I can't believe that this is my job.
On Jess's signal, the crane lowers and wheels touch water.
Okay, we're going down. There's that familiar sound.
As the car sinks, Adam gulps one last lungful, and he's under. He stays zen as the car settles. Soon the pressure equalizes, and Adam hops out. So far, so good. But now comes the tricky part. Can Adam breathe from the tire to stay under until the baddies have left? Adam gulps the bubbles as they rush past his face, but he's in over his head and soon grasping for the emergency air.
Ah, I didn't do it. I felt the car settle. I opened my eyes. I swam out. I still felt like I had plenty of air left. Got around to the tire, pulled off the tire valve. The tire valve is cleverly shaped to depress the Schrader valve. And I caught some water on that first breath. I tried it again, and at that point, I just didn't feel like I was going to get anything, so I went for the safety diver and his oxygen.
The air is not the problem, it's the water that goes along with it. So how do you actually sift that out without choking? Now, if you've got a choice of either making do with that air or die from somebody shooting you on the surface, you might figure something out, I'm not sure, but so far it looks kind of dodgy to me.
Maybe, but the Mythbusters have never let kinda dodgy sink their schemes.
Before we call this one totally busted, although it seems pretty unlikely to me, I'd like to give it one more try.
And who are we to deny you, Adam? The Sawton sedan's raised for another dunking.
This time, Adam's going to stab the tire with a knife. Why that's going to do any better than the Schrader valve that's built into it, I'm not sure, but we have to, try all our options.
Here we go again. Adam's going under once more, and this time he's armed. By the time Adam punctures the tire with his pocket knife, he's been holding his breath for more than 1:40. This time, air surges from the slash. Adam tries several times to inhale, even turning down the emergency air for one last gasp attempt.
I was calm as a cucumber, man. I had plenty of time. Stabbed the tire, got plenty of air coming out. Breathing out of that, it's just really difficult. I could get not a lip lock, but I could get air coming in, but I just kept on getting water. There was no way I wasn't getting water, and given that, I couldn't take a really deep breath.
And these were ideal conditions. If this happened in real life, your car would most likely be at the bottom of a river or a lake, not a crystal clear swimming pool.
It's gonna be dark, the visibility's gonna be crap, the car might be upside down, your heart's gonna be pounding, you're gonna have a bloody face. We gotta call this one busted.
Yeah, it's myth busted.
Recently, for Lockpick of Death, the team went all Grand Theft Auto, breaking into cars for science.
You getting frustrated?
Frustration,
Because I am.
They busted the myth that an airbag detonation could launch a lockpick deep into your skull.
Oh, that is it.
Dripping blood!
And once that one went to air, the fan site exploded with another airbag myth. So, for Myth Evolution, here it is.
When you guys were in driving school, did you learn the 10 and 2 position?
Yeah, so hands on the steering wheel, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Yeah.
I thought that was just regulation. Apparently they don't even teach it anymore.
Why not?
Well, the myth is, it's because that position puts your thumbs in peril. If an airbag deploys, it can blow your thumbs clean off.
Sweet, that sounds dangerous.
It seems like kid stuff. 10 and 2 is the steering position we've all been taught. However, with the advent of airbags, driving instructors say it puts your thumbs in peril. So is this a bum steer? Or could an airbag explosion really take your thumbs with it?
Cool, okay. Well, we'll get Buster, set him up in a seat with the steering wheel, and get some airbags.
Well, since Buster can't really hold on to anything, I'm gonna make some molds of him holding steering wheel so we can actually keep those hands in place.
Sounds like a blast. They're going to put Buster in the driver's seat, give him flexible arms with ballistics gel hands, and fit the steering wheel with an airbag that the team can automatically trigger. So while Carrie gets to grips with the rig, Tori gives Buster a hand.
With this whole myth, we're testing to see if the airbags go off and your thumbs are in front of it, will they break your thumbs? If we just use the ballistics material, it's just rubber, it's gonna bend back. So what we need to do is put the fake bones inside there to see if, in fact, they will break your bones.
That way, there can be no bone of contention.
The urethane bones are now in position inside the hand mold. So what I'm gonna do is let that finish setting up, and then I'm gonna pour in the ballistics material to surround the bones.
While the hands get set, Tori gets stuck into casting his arms for Buster.
That bust just came out of nowhere.
I didn't even see that bus.
Getting them on was easy, but when it's time to take them off, reality sets in.
I'm just getting concerned that I can't get these off.
Would it be funny if you broke your arm trying to get a cast off?
No. Yeah, that would be ironic.
Eventually, Tori regains the use of his arms and immediately puts both sets to good use. A couple of hours later, and there's the proof that all the effort was worth it.
Look at that. Hey, yeah. That works perfect.
All that's left to do is add the hands, screw the arms onto Buster, and he'll be ready to hit the road. Well, almost.
The final thing is to, well, shut off the airbags. But before we get to doing that, I'm gonna run some extension wires all the way out to behind the blast shield. And the reason is that the airbags are explosive, so we don't want to be anywhere near here when we set them off.
The hands are in place, the rig is primed, and it's time for some Myth Evolution airbag action.
Now, you sure you got the two right wires hooked up?
Well, either it's going to set off the airbag or it's going to signal a left turn. Either way, it should be exciting. Cool. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa! Blew the hands right off the wheel.
It sure did, but did it blow the thumbs off the hands?
The thumbs are still on, though.
Check that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still connected.
His arm got torn off, but it looked like the airbag deployed like this and then pushed the arms out, but the thumbs were not in harm's way. They just let go.
Okay, well, you know, these thumbs are tucked under, and I know sometimes I drive like this, so maybe we should make a mold of this position.
All right, and then that way at least we'll have the thumbs in the, hopefully close to the path where the airbag's gonna shoot out.
Maybe if the thumbs stick out like a sore thumb, they'll have a better shot at this myth.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Whoa! What was that?
That looked pretty violent.
Pretty violent indeed. But did the thumbs hitch a ride with the airbag?
Thumbs are still on.
Yeah, they're not ripped off.
I look at the high speed, and it's clear the thumbs were going nowhere.
Just kind of pushed his arms off, though, but it's not ripping any thumbs off.
So far, no thumb busting, but the team isn't giving this myth the thumbs down just yet. This may be Myth Evolution, but we've got one cheeky revisit. So here it is.
Personally, I am glad to be doing speed camera again.
Why?
Well, last time I got to drive a $280,000 sports car at 120 miles an hour. Dude, I will take any excuse to do that again.
Oh, hold your horsepower there, buddy. The fans had huge problems with how we tested the speed camera.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, what were their problems?
Speed and the camera.
Can we break it down a little further?
Well, and beating the speed camera with speed, they complained that we didn't go fast enough. And as far as the plate blocker test, they complained that the angle of the view was incorrect. In other words, the camera wasn't high enough.
That's right. They said we were using the wrong camera, that it was at the wrong angle, and that it wasn't high enough, that we got everything wrong.
I guess we better try it again their way.
Previously, the team tried a whole raft of crafty ways to beat the speed camera. They put plate blockers to the test. Cling wrap, hairspray, and the commercial products just couldn't disguise the plate.
Plate blockers zip, speed camera 4.
And the team didn't stop there. They tried beating the camera with pure speed.
There's no way you can beat the speed camera, no matter how fast you're going.
However, the fans think they got it completely wrong. And to get this revisit on the road, they're heading back to the track.
How's it going, Adam? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. And speed camera expert Adam Touton is here to keep an eye on the ticket tally.
I guess we have some fan dissatisfaction with the previous speed camera tests.
So what did we do wrong?
Well, you name it. They had a problem with it.
The fans say that we made so many mistakes that we had to make a list to tackle them one by one. And at the top of the list of complaints was the tripod.
Hey, Adam. So, this rig is one of the things that fans had a real problem with. They wrote in and said that these things aren't mounted on tripods in the field.
Well, they're wrong and they're right. There are tripods, there are pole-mounted units, and vehicle-mounted units.
Now, one of the other things they had a problem with was they thought that the camera we were using was a much higher quality or higher resolution than the cameras that are used in the field.
That's not so. We use the same camera regardless of the application.
So the rig that you gave us is identical to one you'd put in the field?
Identical.
Okay.
But what about the height of the camera for the plate blockers?
So the third thing the fans had a problem with was they said our camera was mounted too low for the plate blockers to work effectively.
Whether you mount it at 5 or 10 feet, it's not going to have any effect.
You want to prove that?
Let's prove it.
Let's do it.
And to put his money where his mouth is, out comes the heavy machinery. The speed camera is a full 10 feet off the ground, just like a pole-mounted camera.
I know this looks like I'm sitting in a boom lift, but in fact, this is a pole-mounted speed camera. This is our answer to the fans who said that we screwed it up last time, that a camera 5 feet off the ground wasn't regulation. It was.
It looks just like the real thing. Imagine the boom lift isn't there. So, what's up first?
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and put the magnifying plate on.
All right.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I see what you're about to say.
If I come down here, I can see it, but...
Yeah, from here it's perfect.
Well, maybe the fans are onto something. I mean, it does make it worse if you're looking at it at an angle.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Right, here's your motivation. You've just robbed a bank and you want to get away, so you've put a plate blocker on your license plate so you'll get away, escape all the cameras. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Jamie makes his getaway, and the Adams family prepare for test number 1.
All right, Adam, are you ready for the first test?
We're ready to roll.
Excellent. All right, Jamie, we are ready to roll on the magnifying plate blocker, test number 1. Go for it.
Jamie puts the pedal to the metal. But did the speed camera's higher vantage point make it harder to decipher the license plate?
So, Adam, what's the verdict?
Ticket, same as last time.
Really?
Yep.
Can you see all the letters?
You can see all and partial of the last.
Half of the last one. Well, they're definitely still going to fine you. That's a ticket.
I think so.
Let's move on to the next one.
There's no doubt about it. Jamie's got a ticket. Even with the camera at 10 feet as the fans demanded, the magnifying plate is still busted.
Well, I hope that's the last we see of this one.
And next,
glitter plate.
It's not just a Disco My Ride accessory. Apparently, the tiny particles in the plate reflect the camera flash, obscuring the license details. But according to the fans, it only works if the speed camera is pole-mounted.
Jamie, we are good to go for the glitter plate. On your mark, over.
The glitter plate brings a new meaning to drag racing. And sure enough, the speed camera triggers.
All right, so what's the verdict on the glitter plate?
Ticket.
A ticket? You're kidding. That's shocking. This is earth-shattering news. Well, Jamie, the glitter plate is a ticket, so come on back. We got one more consumer-level thing to try. Over.
That's 2 for 2. So far, pole mounting the camera has made no difference to the plate blockers.
All right, next up, remember the commercial spray?
Didn't work.
We're gonna try it again. Spray.
According to the instructions, just one application of the commercial spray and you can go incognito.
Jamie, we are good for the commercial spray speed test. Bring it on when you want.
Jamie zooms past the speed camera, but has the spray concealed his identity?
Adam, what's the verdict?
He's shooting blanks. Ticket.
No!
And once again, the plate is picture perfect.
How'd we do?
That was pretty definitive. All 3 of our commercial products failed completely the second time in a row. There was no difference between the camera mounted at 5 feet and the camera mounted at 10 feet.
Second time around, even with the pole-mounted speed camera, the results are the same. Plate blockers are still busted. But we're not done with the speed camera just yet. The guys have a secret weapon up their sleeves. Way back when Grant was Scotty, the team tested the tale that an MRI scan would cause your tattoo to explode. After putting their pork and bodies on the line with no sign of an explosion,
You're looking all right.
this myth was dumped in the busted bin. But the fans want to take this MRI myth one step further.
So how's this myth evolving?
Well, the fans think that tattoos aren't the only things that'll explode in the MRI.
What else?
The RFID implants.
Oh, radio frequency identification devices.
Like they put in my dog when I took him to the vet.
Yeah, but they're now starting to put them in people.
Seriously?
Yeah, they're talking about in the future putting them in soldiers as like digital dog tags. But right now the FDA is approving to put them into patients for medical records.
Actually, that makes sense. I mean, let's say someone's unconscious and they get into the emergency room, you could just scan them and find out their blood type or if they have any allergies.
Exactly.
So our fans think that they explode in the MRI.
Well, unlike the tattoos, there's metal in the RFIDs, so there is a possibility that it could get pulled out or even explode.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So before the team implant an RFID tag into an unlucky volunteer and scan them with an MRI to see if the implant explodes, let's find out more about this new and booming technology from expert Ron Godovic.
Radio frequency ID is a technology that uses a reader that sends out a signal to a tag, and that tag actually reacts to that reader and sends back information about whatever the tag is on.
So an object or MythBuster that you want to identify is stuck with an RFID tag, which contains a microchip and antenna. Then, using radio waves, a reader can remotely detect and retrieve the information on the chip.
People are having these implanted in them?
Well, there has been several case studies now where there's a few hundred people out there who have had RFIDs implanted in them that will allow medical professionals to read information on their health.
Cue Tori Belleci, MD.
Can you prepare the patient?
And his able assistant, Nurse Imahara.
Marking pen.
Marking pen.
Iodine swab.
Iodine swab.
Syringe.
Syringe.
The RFID tag to be inserted in Porky, the unfortunate pig.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert the chip.
Comes from VeriChip, a company on the cutting edge of these human implants.
Searching for chip, and we got it.
Hey, we found it.
You know, this is my first surgery ever, and I feel like it went pretty well. I didn't even go to med school either. All we have to do now is take it to the MRI and see if this thing explodes or gets ripped out of the skin.
Carrie, having recently injured her knee, which required an MRI scan, has found the perfect location for this test, 3T MRI, where Dr. Priest is allowing the team access to a state-of-the-art MRI scanner. And with Porky the pig in position, this is the moment of truth.
See that black spot in the middle?
That's the
That's
chip.
the chip.
Will the RFID tag explode or be ripped out by the MRI's massive magnet? Or will it be the myth that's busted?
So Porky's been in there for about 10 minutes. I haven't seen any movement, and there definitely wasn't an explosion.
With no sign of the ham going blam, the conclusion is obvious.
I could see how someone would think that if you have this RFID chip and you subject it to a strong electromagnetic field where it says no loose metal objects, that someone would think maybe it would explode. It's a glass capsule the size of a grain of rice, and it does contain metal. We've done the test. No explosion and no ripping out. Hey!
And it works.
Found it.
All right, didn't damage it.
The chip came through unscathed, but the guys aren't ready to call it just yet.
In order to test this right, we need to put it in a real person to see if there's any movement, if the person feels any movement or they feel any heat.
Yeah, got a point.
Any takers?
Dr. Belleci and Nurse Imahara chickened out, so it's all down to Carrie. After the anesthetic is administered, Dr. Priest inserts the RFID tag. With this implant, medical personnel will be able to remotely access Carrie's healthcare history.
I feel so sci-fi.
But will that history include an arm lost in a science experiment? 2 days later, Carrie's arm is healed.
All right, blow me up, Doc.
And back at 3T MRI, Tori is predicting he'll soon have a one-armed colleague.
So we're back, we have Carrie's chip implanted, now we're gonna stick her in the MRI and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. My feeling is it's probably gonna explode and she's gonna lose her arm. I can't wait to see that.
Despite Tori's concerns, Carrie is soon prepped and ready.
Bye, Carrie.
And with the scan underway, Grant gets on the intercom to see how it's going.
Do you feel anything in your arm?
I'm trying to concentrate on that. I don't feel any movement.
And that's the nail in the coffin of this myth. Carrie emerges with 2 arms and the chip still in place and in working order.
All right, sci-fi girl, how do you feel about this myth?
I think it's busted.
I agree, it's busted. An MRI is not going to cause your RFID implant to explode.
Mind you, we did use RFIDs that were made for human implantation. If you were crazy enough to cut the one out of your credit card and possibly implant it, maybe it would work then.
You know what, though? There's a lot of conspiracy theories around these RFIDs. Like, can you steal someone's credit card information? Can you track people? I mean, we should test these, too.
Look, I think we're already on enough government watch lists. Let's just let this one go.
I think I agree.
The team has been testing the thumb-ripping yarn that an exploding airbag could sever your thumbs.
What?
And so far, it's airbag 0, thumbs 2.
Well, this myth is looking pretty busted so far. I mean, we've tried it with the thumbs tucked under and the thumbs pointed out, and so far, no damage.
Well, when those airbags go off, all it's doing is pulling the arms apart and causing the hands to release. Those thumbs aren't even in the path of the airbags.
Well, you know, when I was doing a little research for this myth, I came across this article where a woman who was holding her steering wheel sort of like that had her thumbs directly over the airbag, and when it deployed, it nearly severed her thumbs off.
So she was holding the steering wheel like this? That doesn't seem very logical.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make a mold of your hand in that position, and we'll test that one out, too.
Now that's an enterprising idea. Because Tori is so very handy, and with the miracle of television, in the blink of an eye, Buster has another set of hands.
This new hand position places the thumb right over the airbag so that the seam of the airbag goes sort of like right past the thumb. I think this is the only chance we have at getting the severed thumb that was all thought to be for the 10 and 2 position.
So with the new hands in the new position, will the thumbs live long and prosper?
Buster with hands and the universal Vulcan greeting. In 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Violent.
The team goes in for a closer look, and this time there's some thumb damage.
You know what? It broke the urethane bone, and it's kind of ripped the thumb a little bit here. It didn't rip it off, but it's torn it back. Ouch.
A closer look at the high speed, and it's obvious the thumbs took the full force of the airbag.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. That totally bent that thumb backwards.
The airbag, the plastic part, that sharp edge goes right like that. It cuts into the thumb.
Yeah.
I would at least say that's probably going to be a broken thumb, because that's not the real regular position for a thumb to be in.
Buster's got some broken thumbs, but what does that mean for the myth?
Well, so it turns out, hold your thumbs directly over the airbag, and you sustain more damage.
Big surprise. But that's not the 10 and 2 position. And that's what this myth's about. And so this one's still busted.
We still have a bunch of airbags left, and before we totally finish this one out, there's still something I want to try. A friend of mine was in driving school, and she heard that your hands can be turned into deadly clubs if the airbag's deployed. Well, I mean, we already know that the 10 and 2 position, that's not going to happen. What if Buster was turning the wheel?
Cool, let's set him up and try it again.
I love this.
Severed thumbs at 10 and 2 is busted. But the team wants to know what would happen if the airbag went off mid-turn. At least, that's their excuse for another airbag detonation.
I mean, this is as if the guy's trying to steer out of the way to avoid the accident, and then blood-ow, his hand becomes a weapon and smashes him in the head.
Buster's all set to go clubbing.
In 3, 2, 1.
Looks like we broke the camera.
Oh, he smacked himself.
And the high speed is ugly.
Oh, his hand rips. Whoa.
Straight in the head.
He punched himself in the face.
Oh, yeah.
So, let this be a lesson. If you're gonna get in a wreck and your airbag's gonna go off, don't have your arm over the steering wheel.
Don't have your thumbs over the airbag. Don't have your hands over the airbag. Have nothing over the airbag if you have that kind of time to figure that out.
Otherwise, uppercut. Right across the face.
That was great.
For Myth Evolution, the Ninja is making a comeback. The myth goes that a modern ninja can use his bare palm to deflect a speeding bullet. So could the Shadow Warrior slap a slug? To find out, the team are back at the range for Ninja versus 9mm. Yesterday, the gun rig kept moving, sending bullets every which way. So today, they've got a plan to fix it. They've got a heavier base to stop it jumping, moved the rig to the concrete for stability, and adjusted the trigger for accuracy.
New day, new target. Hopefully, we can get these bullets to go in the same place more than once.
Clear to fire?
Clear to fire.
Okay. Swatting test in 3, 2, 1.
Whoops. A little late.
Okay, that's okay.
Just
okay.
A little slow, but that's good.
That's good.
The bullet was on target, but the Ninja SWAT bot just wasn't quick enough to slap the slug. So Grant gives the bot a boost.
The hand is still too slow. So we're going to up the PSI. And this is way beyond reality now, but it's all about slapping the bullet.
At 55 PSI, the arm will swing at more than twice human speed. And to make sure the SWAT bot doesn't jump the gun, they'll add a delay.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh! We killed the Ninja! Ninja down!
Something happened.
The Ninja is down, but did the bot slap the bullet first?
You know, we did hit the hand, but what's interesting is the bullet still landed in the area where it's been hitting on the target.
As if it hasn't been deflected at all, it just went straight through the hand.
Exactly.
It's the shot that broke the Ninja's back, but the hand swung too early to slap the bullet. For the next test, Grant dials in the timer.
In 3, 2, 1. I think something might have happened. That looks like a really strange big splatter.
Was it third time lucky? Did the SWAT bot slap the bullet?
Oh, look! Yeah! Right there! That is so it! We have a perfect skim right across the meaty part of the hand. We definitely slapped the bullet.
Yeah, but look, there's a big hole in this Ninja. So this Ninja is still dead, and it didn't deflect the bullet at all.
One dead Ninja. I think that says something right there.
The palm slapped the slug, but the hand couldn't make the bullet deviate from its deadly trajectory. One moment the bullet is skimming the palm, the next it's in the Ninja.
You know what? As much as I love Ninjas, this one's totally busted. I mean, there's just no way you can swat a bullet with your hand.
I don't know, but something tells me the fans are not going to be happy that we busted this without a real Ninja.
Okay, fine. Then here's an open invitation. If you happen to be a ninja and you can swat away a bullet with your bare hand, please come down to MythBusters and we'll put you on TV.
Dude, that'd be cool. We could like shoot at them and see if they can swat the bullets.
No, that's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea.
It's Myth Evolution, and the boys have been revisiting Beat the Speed Camera. They've busted the plate blockers once again, but there's still one problem that the fans want addressed, and that is speed.
We're still getting mail that says you can beat the speed camera through speed alone.
Yeah, I heard that a car show in the UK did it.
Yeah, they did it at 180 miles per hour.
Wow.
Yeah, but the law in the US and the UK is different. In the UK, the camera is required to take 2 pictures of the car in order to issue a ticket.
Well, here in the US, you only need 1 photo, and so that actually makes it harder to beat the speed camera with speed alone.
Yeah, apparently the camera that we're using has been tested to speeds up to 200 miles per hour successfully.
Where are we going to get a car that goes over 200 miles an hour?
I wonder.
Fortunately, the team don't have to look very far. Introducing the Beast. Weighing in at 2,400 pounds and at over 19 feet long, this is no ordinary car. This beast can reach speeds of up to 300 miles per hour.
This thing is beautiful. I think I'm gonna cry.
It's an engine with a chair on it.
It is, yeah.
The wheels are kind of like beside the point.
Totally ancillary.
And the man in the helmet is Jeff Atamian. With over 30 years of drag racing experience, he's the right man with the perfect car. If anything can beat the speed camera with speed, this is it.
All right, Adam, we got the fastest car we can find in California. Are you ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be.
You think we're gonna catch it?
I think so.
The beast is in position, and the speed camera is set. Gentlemen, start your jet engines.
I think he's got it warmed
Oh,
up.
whoa, here.
There it goes.
The beast hurdles down the strip, only slowing once its two 16-foot parachutes are deployed.
Dude, that was like getting punched in the chest. Oh my God, I can't wait to find out if that was a ticket.
It's the moment of truth.
No picture. No picture?
No.
So the car didn't trip the camera, that means there's no ticket.
No ticket.
No ticket. We found the speed.
So the system was working properly, but the car was going too fast for the sensors to pick it up.
There was not enough to trigger the camera.
So there you have it, a massive 245 miles an hour, and you can beat the speed camera.
Something tells me, though, there'd be a lot of other signs that someone was breaking the speed limit. I don't know, the broken windows in the neighborhood, all the people with hearing damage bleeding from their ears running to the hospital. Let's see, all the houses on fire. Something tells me, and when you came upon a car like the Beast, you'd think, this is a likely candidate.
A likely candidate indeed, but unfortunately, a jet-propelled car does have its drawbacks.
Where's the satellite radio? Where's the cup holder? This is very primitive.
It may be primitive, but it got away scot-free. Although Adam Teuton's still thinking he can catch it. With a few tweaks to the camera, will he be able to book the Beast? Time for take 2.
Wow. That's on purpose. Like, that's what's supposed to happen.
Jeff unleashes the Beast once again.
I swear he was going faster that time.
I think so.
I feel like it's going to be even faster.
It probably was, but we'll never know for sure. Unfortunately for Adam Teuton,
No picture, no ticket, end of story.
the speed camera missed the Beast entirely.
That thing was going so fast, that beast thing there, that it was in and out of the range of the camera before it knew what was going on. It was like it wasn't there. Practically speaking, and of course it's not happening. You're not driving a car with a rocket engine or a jet engine or, you know, any afterburners or anything like that on the highway, and so you might as well forget about it, but it is possible.
It's possible, yes, but legal, no.
It turns out there is a way to beat the speed camera.
Yeah, pure, raw, unadulterated speed.
Rocket-powered, jet-powered, impossibly loud speed, yeah.
Yeah, give or take 200-300 miles an hour, you can beat the speed camera.
Yeah, however ungainly the solution is, we made it happen. I think our work here is done.
Okay, let's get out of here.